15-year-old Kristen French disappeared while walking home from Holy Cross Secondary School in St. Catharines. Her disappearance was so out of character that police were notified almost immediately.
If you can hear or read this, you want to know that we are thinking of you and that everything can be done is being done.
April 30th, Kristen French's body was found on a side road in Burlington. She had been sexually assaulted and asphyxiated.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now today's vlog takes us through St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, as we remember the life of Kristen French. Now she was a 15-year-old girl whose story shook the community, shook the entire country.
The Niagara Regional Police Force assembled a task force of experienced officers to investigate this crime.
Now it greatly affected me. She was about the same age as me, and I remember being shocked and incredibly saddened by her, Leslie Mahaffy, the whole story. And I also remember meeting Donna, her mother, when she came to my school to do a talk. See, Kristen was abducted in 1992 while walking home from school. What followed was absolutely heartbreaking. But today, I don't want to focus on the monsters who took her from this world. They've had more than enough attention and publicity. See, other than right now, when I mention the name Bernardo and Homolka, I'm not going to mention it again in the video. I won't go to the location where the horrific acts and the murder happened. That house has been bulldozed, but I wouldn't go there anyway because I want this to be a tribute. A tribute to Kristen French. So this is a really important vlog for me, one I've wanted to do a long time. And it's not just about tragedy, it's about remembrance, reflection, and the lasting impact of one young life. Right now, I'm at JC Gardens Park here in St. Catharines. It's a beautiful, peaceful place filled with flowers, walking paths, quiet spaces. It's got a beautiful body of water right back over here. But nestled in the heart of it is something deeply meaningful. The Kristen French Green Ribbon Memorial. It's right over here. You can hear the birds singing today. It's absolutely beautiful out. Now this memorial was created to honor Kristen's memory and to represent something much bigger. The hope that no child would be taken and that no other family would have to endure such a loss. See, the green ribbon became a symbol across Canada, not just for Kristen, but for all missing children. It stands for awareness, for action, and most importantly, for remembrance. I can't even tell you the goosebumps I'm getting from standing here at this memorial for Kristen so many years later. Now people still visit the site, they still leave flowers, and they still remember. And the impact of her story helped change how we talk about child safety, victim advocacy, and community support. This isn't just a stone in a park. It's a symbol of love, loss, and the strength of a community that refuses to forget. Let's read what it says. Green Ribbon Memorial Garden. Kristen French. Absolutely beautiful photo of her. 1976 to 1992. This memorial stands in memory of Kristen French and all missing children. When Kristen's life was taken, it was as if a living spark escaped and ignited a fire that brought an entire community together in love. Kristen's spirit will live forever. You can see it right here in the center of this park. But the one thing it shows you is that Kristen's name lives on, not in tragedy, but in a way people continue to care. This space gives us room to grieve, to reflect, and to hope. It's incredible for me to see this after this many years. Now I've got a little statue that says loved with brown hair like Kristen. I'm just gonna put it down here. Alrighty guys, this is deeply affecting me to be here at this memorial. Let's move on to another site. Alrighty guys, the next stop brought me back to St. Catharines for another visit and to film once more. Now, at first I went to the current site of Holy Cross Catholic School on Linwell Road, but after digging deeper and watching old police appeals, I realized the original school location was actually right here on Lake Street. This was the original site of Holy Cross School, the school Kristen French once attended. Before the school moved to its new location just a year after her time spent here, this was where Kristen spent her days as a bright, talented, kind-hearted student. Now I know I've said it before, but Kristen was more than just headlines. She was smart, strong. She was on the school's rowing team, dedicated athlete who competed with pride. She loved sports. She was passionate about precision skating. She was known for her competitive spirit and leadership, both in the classroom and on the field. Friends remembered her as outgoing, confident, full of life.
Her unique mix of youthful innocence and strong sense of commitment make Kristen a rare individual. Those who knew her well admired both her maturity and her love of life. Kristen was an honor student at Holy Cross Secondary School, located on Lake Street in St. Catharines.
Now, April 16th, 1992, Kristen walks out these very doors, beginning what should have been an ordinary walk home. But along that journey, tragedy struck. She was abducted in broad daylight. She would have come right down here, went right over to Linwell Road. Once she got to Linwell Road, she would have turned. Grace Lutheran Church is just around the corner. Her home was right around the corner from that. But it started right here when she left that day. Just a normal 15-year-old girl on an ordinary walk home. Now, standing here, it's impossible not to feel the echoes of once was. The laughter in the hallway, the daily rhythm of school life, and the deep absence left behind. I don't even look at this building as really just a building. It's a reminder of who she was before the headlines. A teenager, 15 years old, with dreams, just wanting to have a future. Now, coming here is a way to remember Kristen, not for just what happened, but for who she truly was, and to help her ensure her story is never forgotten. This was a big part of her life. These were her high school days, and she left from this school. Alrighty guys, let's move on to another site. Alrighty guys, right here, this is Grace Lutheran Church here in St. Catharines. And from the outside, it's an ordinary place, calm, familiar to many in the community. But for those who remember Kristen French's story, this parking lot holds a much heavier meaning. See, I remember watching the news and even the hour-long program on the abduction of Kristen French, and they showed this parking lot. They thought at the time it was a beige Camaro. I believe it was a Camaro that they were looking for, and they did a reenactment.
On her way, she passed the Grace Lutheran Church on Linwell Road. Police believe that this is where Kristen met her abductor and was forced into a car. The vehicle sped off heading eastbound on Linwell Road towards Geneva Street. Police immediately launched a large-scale search for Kristen and the vehicle which abducted her. This vehicle is believed to be a cream-colored Camaro in good condition.
And apparently there were even two seniors that they were looking for that were walking right on this sidewalk, and I don't think they ever did find them.
An elderly couple standing on the south side of Linwell Road, facing Grace Lutheran Church at the very moment Kristen would have been struggling with her abductors. Witnesses recall a couple wearing beige, bomber-style jackets. The woman appeared to have gray-blonde, medium-length hair that looked like a grown-out perm. Police are quite certain that this couple saw the entire episode because at least two people recalled the woman holding one hand up to her mouth while pointing towards the Camaro with the other.
Just before Easter weekend, she had taken her usual route from Holy Cross Secondary School and passed through this very lot, as she often did. And you can just see how peaceful it is around here. Well, it was here she was approached by a woman, we all know who that was, and needed help finding directions. Kristen leaned in to help, and of course the monster came up from behind her and forced her into their car at knife point. Now the one thing I remember, and it was on the news, it was on the program, one of her shoes was found right here. It was a silent witness to what had happened. But it was also a small, heartbreaking clue that helped investigators begin to piece together the story.
Later, when police combed the church parking lot, they found two more pieces of evidence. Kristen's right shoe and a large lock of Kristen's hair, which had been cut off.
Like, let that moment sit. Her shoe was found right there in that parking lot. Now, as I had mentioned earlier, I don't want to give the people who did this any more attention than they've already received. This video is not about them. This is about Kristen, a young girl who was just trying to get home. This spot reminds us how quickly life can change, how vulnerable we are, how important it is to look out for each other, and if you see something, say something. That's it right there. Now, standing here, it's impossible not to feel the weight of that day. But it's also a reminder that this is about the lives we lost, and it's not about how Kristen died, but about how Kristen lived. Alrighty guys, let's move on to another site. We're still here in St. Catharines, visiting a place that's making a real difference in the lives of children. This is the Kristen French Child Advocacy Center, named after Kristen. Now, it's not just any building, it's a safe, supportive space where kids can share, be heard, and begin to heal all under one roof. Now the center is named in honor of Kristen. We know her story, but her legacy lives on through this place, helping to protect other children. The Kristen French Child Advocacy Center. Guys, that was just a really quick stop. I don't want to film too much because if there's compromised children or youth in there, but that's named after Kristen French as we remember her on this journey. Alrighty guys, I'm here at St. Alfred's Church, the place where Kristen French's funeral was held in 1992. This is where her family, friends, and an entire community came together, not just to grieve, but to celebrate a young life that touched so many in 15 years. Inside this chapel, heartfelt words were spoken, words that still resonate to this day. One tribute lovingly remembered, sweet, gentle, happy Kristen, the sweetheart of the family.
Despair and evil that Kristen murderer wants from us. It is love and hope and goodness that Kristen in her innocence calls forth from us.
Now this church was filled. It was standing room only. 18 school buses brought students from Holy Cross School, a powerful reminder of the lives impacted. And when there was no more room inside, people were all out here on the lawn. There was over 2,500 people. Now the silver hearse was parked right here, and Kristen's beautiful white casket, a symbol of innocence and love, was carried out through those very doors. Her teammates, they formed a guard of honor, standing in solemn formation as the congregation exited. And her parents, stoic and heartbroken, stood beside her casket with unimaginable strength. In this space there was sorrow, yeah, also unity, compassion, and resilience. Her family showed incredible grace, choosing to remember who Kristen was and the light she brought into their life. That light has never gone out. Now Doug French, Kristen's father, was laid to rest here in 2024, reunited with his daughter in the same space where her life was honored. A powerful reminder of the bonds that endure even through time and loss. Even in the shadow of such profound loss, there is hope. Hope in remembrance, hope in the strength of a community that continues to speak her name. And as difficult and heartbreaking as this moment is, we move forward with purpose to honor Kristen's life, her memory, and the love that still surrounds her. I have to tell you, as someone who follows this case, who's always been extremely affected by it, someone who's listened to Donna French talk, someone who's met Donna French, to be standing here where the hearse and her beautiful white casket was brought in and out of this church is both heartbreaking and it's hard to even imagine the words for it. It's just moving to be here and an honor to remember her. Alrighty guys, let's head over to the cemetery so we can pay our respects at the final resting place of Kristen and her father Doug, who is interred next to her. Let's go over to the cemetery. Look at how beautiful that is. Alrighty guys, this is Pleasantview Memorial Gardens here in Fonthill, Ontario. It's a quiet, peaceful place just outside of St. Catharines. You can see the beautiful fountain right behind me. But it's right here where Kristen French is laid to rest. Her father, Doug, is interred right beside her. Let's go check out their graves and pay our respects. It's just over here. Here you see the grave of Doug French. Now Donna's name is on there, Kristen's mother. Of course, she has not passed. And like I had mentioned earlier in the video, I was able to meet her. But right here is Kristen Dawn French. Now visiting Kristen's grave is humbling. It's hard not to feel the weight of what was lost. A vibrant, kind-hearted 15-year-old girl with her whole future ahead of her. She had her dreams just like any teenager. And well, her life was taken far too soon. Her memory lives on in the hearts of those who knew her, and in the legacy that has helped so many others. There you see right here a bench. Kristen Dawn French. Her legacy provides inspiration. Now you can see it says right here, our beloved daughter, Kristen Dawn French, forever in our hearts. 1976 to 1992. And I hope it's okay with the family. My daughters and I had picked this out. Just a little angel that we wanted to leave here for Kristen. So it's right there. And I hope it's okay with the family that we leave that. But that's the final resting place of Kristen Dawn French. And her father Doug just passed away in 2024. Incredible to see that. Now, I'm so glad you guys came with me on this journey today to remember Kristen French. Like I had mentioned at the start, I didn't want it to be about the perpetrators or the monsters who did this. I wanted it to be about Kristen, remembering her. Like I had said, it really affected me when I was young. And I just felt because we were close to the same age that it really hit home. But I'm glad you guys came with me today. Hit that like and subscribe button. We will go on more adventures. But let's remember Kristen Dawn French. It's your friend Chris. Peace.